A new report has come out on P. Diddy in regards to his mental state, and this man is traumatized and actually far worse than we actually think. Diddy's life behind bars has been complete torture as he lives in constant fear of being attacked or murdered, sources have been told. The swagger's gone. He's a broken wreck. He's been climbing the walls since the day he was thrown in jail, and he's worn him down to the point where he's a shadow of himself. He has panic attacks and has never had a single good night's sleep because he lives in fear of what could come up behind him, or what could go in him. He walked into this prison thinking he'd be a cult figure, but people have treated him with contempt. He's barely eating because he says he's been served maggot-infested food and treated worse than a rat. He's currently awaiting his sentencing. He wants a pardon, but he should be careful what he wishes for because it will be hell on the outside as well, says a source. He points out that even if he gets one, Diddy will still be facing numerous civil cases by his alleged victims. He thought that he was going to run this prison, and unfortunately, even though there were certain windows where he had his way, that simply is not the case. The man is completely traumatized. He's not able to sleep well, living in pure fear behind bars. He's a complete broken wreck. So this is a new report that has come out, and I'm completely choosing to believe this. Why? Because so many other reports have tried to say that Diddy is, his lawyers have been saying that he's living with hope. He's trying to get through every single day, basically giving us this PR mess. And here we have the gutter snipe truth of this man. He is completely traumatized from everything that he has gone through and what he's done to other people. Isn't it funny that you can traumatize people easily, but then you yourself can be traumatized and now you're living in fear? Now you've got daily panic attacks. Now you can't sleep. What is intriguing to me is that he could not run this prison. He couldn't run the MDC. Remember, in legal reports, it was already stated that there was an attack or an attempted attack on P. Diddy in prison. This is why I'm choosing to believe this report, because it, to me, is corroborating those legal reports that are coming out in regards to how people are coming up against him in the prison, and clearly he can't do much about it. This is why this man is applying for bail and telling his lawyers, bail me out, new application, get me out, because there are people in there who are trying to take him out completely. Yes, I believe this was a show trial. Yes, I believe this was because he went up against Diageo and the higher ups, and therefore this was some kind of punishment, and he behaved correctly by not ratting people out. But there are people inside the MDC who don't give a damn about that or any allegiance, and are trying to come for him in some kind of way because it gives them a better rep in the prison that they've come for Sean Diddy Combs in any kind of way. Plus, I also believe that when the minor accusations came out, then that's when things went left for him in prison. When you touch children, even the people in prison have a moral compass against you. Even the murderers have a moral compass against you. And this is why I always say that when you go near children in any kind of way, you can never be recovered in any kind of way. This is why I find it even more weird that people were even defending this man, because there are numerous lawsuits against him touching minors, and I just find that to be absolutely insane. So this is what this report is saying. Now we have some new litigation coming out, where prosecutors have completely opposed Diddy's motion for a new trial. The defendant, following a conviction at trial on two felony Mann Act counts, advocates for the court to narrow the scope of the Mann Act to exclude his own criminal conduct on the grounds that, among the other things, the statute is unduly vague, violates his substantive due process rights, and violates his First Amendment rights. The defendant further contends that the record at trial fails to support his counts of conviction. The defendant is mistaken as a matter of fact of law. Not mistaken. The Mann Act is not unduly vague, nor do its provisions run foul of substantive due process or post-federalism concerns. Equally, the defendant fails to raise any legit First Amendment concern, since his conduct is clearly not entitled to First Amendment protection. There was ample evidence to support the jury's convictions. The defendant masterminded every aspect of freak-offs. He transported escorts across state lines. He directed the activity. This was not some voyeurism BS, is basically what they're trying to do. So I'm glad that, they've come out to put up this and completely deny any basis for a new trial or acquittal, because that's what Diddy wants. So we're going to have to wait for that, because remember, we're still at a point where he could get a whole new trial for these two new charges. We could all be back in the courtroom. That still has not been confirmed yet. That's still up in the window. So for those who are still saying that this Diddy stuff is over, it really isn't, because the sentencing hasn't been done and the judge hasn't decided yet if this man gets a whole new trial. Yeah. Now, somebody want to tell me why Tyla was carried to a car. passed out. I don't know what the hell is going on with people, because if it's not Lil Nas who was being hospitalized and was walking the streets and ODing, we've got Tyla here who was carried in a car. Apparently it's her, where she fainted and somebody rushed to put her in a car so that they could rush her around. I don't understand what this was, or if this was her, but a lot of people are saying it was her. She is also currently in Brazil, performing in Brazil. This video is in Brazil, so it does look like her. The video has gone absolutely viral and it was posted yesterday, and I cannot confirm or deny if this is her, but the video is very alarming. I'm going to play it for a few times for you guys so you guys can see quite carefully what is actually going on here. Why would she be fainting? Is she overworking? I do feel like in today's age,
thank you guys.
okay, this might sound a bit insensitive, but in today's age, maybe because there's not these new forms of media, but I do feel like a lot of musicians can't hack the heat. And what I mean by that is Tyla is being considered a flop as of recently, and maybe this is getting to her, and she's stressed about it. But I know that a lot of artists back in the day, well, I can't say Michael Jackson because that man was never given any chance to flop. He was continuously succeeding. But there's just so many artists out there in the early 2000s who were considered flops and etc., or Mariah Carey and etc., but she came out with a bang. I feel like now people are a lot more sensitive, and that could also be because there are new forms of social media, and so therefore we're just seeing it everywhere, and therefore it can be harmful, and I can completely understand that. But I think artists back in the earlier day didn't give a damn what anybody thought about them being called a flop. They did not give a damn, and I feel like maybe this is getting to her because she did say recently when she was performing that these people are lying on my name. She changed the lyrics of the song, like she was pissed off. And it's like, people are always going to come for you, especially if you're an artist. Do you understand? They're really going to come for you. Nicki Minaj had so many hate trains. They're always going to come for you. You have to sound it out completely when you're performing and not let these people get to you. It is difficult in this day and age. It is. Social media is 24/7 everywhere now, but best believe people are just writing things just to get a rise out of you, and that is it. They are rage baiting. I'm sick and tired of rage baiting. People are just chatting absolute bullshit about you, and people will just believe it because that's what they're just being presented. Nobody wants to use their discernment. Journalism has been thrown out the window. People just want to believe anything and everything in the papers. YouTubers, they can say things about you, and people just believe it. It's just so crazy, and there's no point in trying to clear things up, because why would you want to try to clear things up for people who are committed to misunderstanding you? Let that be a life lesson for you guys. If people are committed to misunderstanding you, why even bother wasting your time and energy? It doesn't make any sense. What are you doing that for? If you've got your own people, if you've got your own community, there's no point, because people are just making lies on your name for no goddamn reason. It just for no reason, guys. I also want to get into the Mendes brothers. Eric Mendes has had his parole denied, guys, for bad behavior. This is what I told you guys. This is why Diddy got his bail denied for bad past behavior. Some of these judges ain't gonna let you out if you've had bad behavior in some kind of way, because you could be facing a threat to a community in some kind of way. So I wanted to end the video on Eric Mendes, because I know some of you guys have been asking me to speak on this whole situation, and I have yet to have done that. And so I wanted to speak about Eric for a minute, because I know the Mendes brothers, the Netflix program that everybody wanted to speak about, and etc. It's been a lot. So also, I'm in a different background, guys. I'm currently in Mykonos. I'm in Greece. I'm here for 3-4 days. It is a party island. The last time I was here was 4 years ago, and I'm only here for 3 nights because Mykonos is very expensive, to the point where there are so many other Greek islands, guys, that are much better to go to. Because why are you telling me that a hookah or a shisha is $120? Where is this shisha taking me? Where is it taking me, please? Can somebody let me know? Because, like, for what reason? I'm grateful I don't drink alcohol. I'm grateful I don't take any drugs or substances, or I don't waste any money in that department. But really and truly, guys, I just feel like certain places are so overrated. And I do like Mykonos for a moment. It's great for 2-3 days, but that's it. There's no need to stay for much. People are staying there for 2 weeks. It's not that serious. Like, it really isn't that serious. Everything is so expensive here, and I just find it to be so overrated. So thank the Lords I'm leaving here in I might extend for one more night, but just 3 nights. It was originally meant to be just a 2-night trip, but 3 nights might be enough, because the way I was raised, guys, wasting money on stuff like this is so dumb and pointless. It just pisses me off. But anyways, let me know your thoughts, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it, and I will catch you guys soon for another video.